video is going to be maybe like 10 minutes, not too long, so bear with me, patient. The title of this actually came, I was just talking to someone on the phone, but on the phone, we're like chatting, and we're having this discussion, and I just let me make a video on this because I feel it could help a lot of people. What is this topic? This topic has to do with optimism. And I know this is going to sound a little weird because people call me life coach, spiritual guide, and all kinds of stuff. It is what it is, just words, but they're also what I do. But anyway, it is what it is. So guess what? This topic is about optimism. Why don't I consider myself an optimist? People will be like, what? I thought that was the basis of spirituality. Many people think so. That's why I'm making this video. They think optimism is spirituality. No, optimism is only half of the equation. Because it's opposite, it's only half. That means it's not a soulful quality. Whenever you have an opposite of something, that means it's not deep enough. In the depths of our being, oneness exists. If there's opposites, that means optimism is happening and pessimism. So we all lean. Some people naturally lean more towards optimism, some lean more towards pessimism. Either way, as long as we all have both. If you think you're always optimistic, you're lying. You're somehow repressing your pessimism. It's impossible in the very nature of things. This is going to happen for sure. No, you can't say that. You can say, I have a feeling this is going to happen. I am betting. You can even bet on it because betting means you're so convinced there's a high chance of it. You can't put your money because you feel there's a high chance. But to say 110%, 100% guaranteed, no one can say that. That's part of the reason why I'm not an optimist. I always leave room for it may not happen. You always have to give, even if it's a small percentage, leave it there. Why? It makes you more down to earth. It makes you more real, more relaxed, more point. The moment you can say, oh, it's going to happen, you're run the risk of being too taking things for granted because you're too convinced, you're too sure, you're not paying attention. No, you say this may not happen, then you do little things, to make sure it happens. So I really am a big, I don't call myself an optimist. I call myself a realist. A realist is more down to earth. You're saying you still have a goal. It doesn't mean you don't have a goal. You're just like, oh, what about this? No, you have a goal, you have a commitment. You have things you're working towards, and you're committed to it. This is where a lot of people struggle. They only want to do things that is assured of happening. Another reason why many people don't go for big goals or just shoot for what they really want because they're looking for something that's really, really achievable, that's doable. Okay, now I can go for that. That's not living. There's a poet that says, but that you reach should exceed your grasp, or what they say heaven made for, something like that. It basically means it stretches your being. I'm not saying be too ambitious. There's a difference. Ambition means you're comparing. Ambition is always comparative. You want to be the most powerful person. No, goals are fine. Ambition, no. Ambition means you want to beat somebody. You want to be on top of somebody. You want to win over somebody. But this is goals has literally nothing to do with somebody else. You're not putting somebody down. You're not making them feel better than you. Just say, this is the direction I'm going. This is my goal. And you work towards it. Surrendered action, like Krishna was teaching Arjuna on the battlefield. Arjuna and Krishna. Krishna was this god being worshipped by Hindus, not Krishna. And Arjuna was his disciple, was like a prince, warrior, king to be, sort of. And this battle, he saw these people, and they're like his family, his cousins, they're all there, ready to fight. And Arjuna was like, look, I'm not going to fight this battle. It's way too much. I'm going to drop this, I'm going to go home. Krishna was laughing. It's like saying you're attached. No, do what you got to do. Sometimes in life you got to do things, but you don't know the outcome. The outcome is always up to existence. That's why surrender is very important. And many people in the spiritual path, they feel like, oh, that's having duality. Like, well, if we're a universe, why are we saying surrender? The truth is, yes, of course, we're a universe, ultimately. But the thing is, on another level where the individual soul, and the individual soul always surrenders to existence. Why? Because the individual soul is intelligent. It sees the big picture of the universe. It says, wow, the whole You choose. This is what I want to do, because the soul is also clear. The soul, people think the soul is just, well, it contains star systems, but that part of existence called the soul that contains many star systems is surrendered to the whole. That's how things are. The body surrenders to the mind, body mind surrenders to the spirit, spirit to the soul, and on like that. You see, that's how it works. The bigger, the more powerful has to be in charge. So that's intelligence. It doesn't mean one doesn't have a goal or one is trying to escape from commitment or reality. Maybe there's a bit of that too sometimes, but that's not necessarily the point. There are people that may be hesitant to commit, or they're taking their time, not because they don't want to commit. In fact, sometimes they're the best at committing, right? But they're just flowing, they go with the flow. They're going, okay. Because once they have that intention that, oh, this is where I want to go, then they keep going that way. And it could be difficult, or somehow they say, this is what I have to do. And they keep doing it without assuring that that goal is going to happen. That's the irony of it. So optimism means it's going to happen. That's how I define optimism. That thing is going to happen for sure. The fuck do you know? You could be dead tomorrow. Many people go to bed and at night they're dead. How do you know they're going to get up? They had goals too. No, existence chooses. Our job though as individual souls, as co-creators, is like I tell my clients, speak out, say what you want. Use your vocal power. Use your Vishuddha, your chakra, to say what you want to say. There's power in the spoken word. Just say it. Because that power can save you 1,000 labors. The power of words can save 1,000 labors. Honestly, so be careful what we say. Right? So you just say that. And as you say that, you've just charged it. But now, part of you, on your soul level, you are dependent on existence. Say, universe, if you really want this to, I know it will happen. Then you relax. You keep doing what you got to do. Okay? So let's be very careful what we say. Optimism, there's no need for it. Otherwise, you're going to stress yourself out. How do you know? No, just do what you got to do. Commit to the goal. Don't waver unless life really shows you that you got to move to a different goal. That's different. But if you really feel in your heart you want that, we know what we want. We do. It's visceral. It's in the body. You feel it in the heart, in the soul. You feel it. People just deny. You feel it. We want it. But part of you want on the soul level. That's why I say surrender is a spiritual state, not what you do. The body mind wants to do and have goals. That's fine. But on the soul level, that level of force that just watches, it's not involved, has to also be awakened. So that on one level, one is so detached. In the soul realm, one is at peace. But on the mental level, you're doing what you gotta do. Make sense? Also, that's what I wanted to say. So no need to be optimistic. Commit to your goal. I once took an event years ago on, I think it was called landmark education. One of the things they taught is to commit. Many things about that, I'm not too crazy, but that part I've never forgotten. It's been like maybe 20 years now, but I never forgot it. Commit, they say the way you set goals is, I am committed to the possibility of manifesting so. That's beautiful. They're not saying you are going to achieve that. You're committing to the possibility of that thing happening. See the difference? It's a way more powerful way to set goals. Many people find it hard because they want to set goals that they're sure. But life doesn't work like that. Our only thing is to have the goals and work towards it. How it happens, if it happens, when it happens, how the way and how big it is, how small, those are existence. But we have the right to have the goals. Why not? It's beautiful. Part of our universal giving rights. To say what we want, why not? A child can tell the mother what he or she wants. The mother can say yes or no. But the child keeps his mouth closed saying, well, I'm surrendered to the mother. Think about it. The child is not saying anything. You say, mother knows. Yeah, maybe mother knows, but open your mouth too. So that's, you say it, and existence can say, okay, sure. Let's see if you're ready for that. Or universe sometimes it's just often generous. Actually, most times it just says yes. But the surrendering thing, it doesn't mean the goal will not happen. In fact, it actually makes it more possible to happen. Surrender is more about detachment and settling into being and presence, so that one can relax into the awakened state of oneness. Make sense? I hope so. And if it doesn't, reach out to me anyway. oluwaadams9@gmail.com or Oluwa, OLUWA, as in zebra, E, N as in Nancy, @gmail.com. Oluwa Oze at Gmail. Or you can just DM me, Oluwa Adams Oyenika, if you're on Facebook. Or anywhere, you can reach out 510-240-2322 on Telegram, and WhatsApp. Okay, 510-240-2322. Love you guys, tons. Blessings.